let's be very clear. A lot of the legislation that you see coming through Kentucky is carbon copied, honey, from some think tank by unelected bureaucrats pushing beans and counting beans. A lot of these are not things that Kentuckians genuinely want. And this is a perfect segue into Savannah Maddox's bill. Perfect example. Let me tell you something, brother. When you started talking about your experience with getting an ID, a license, a real ID, and I was like, I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. A driver's test, getting your kid a permit, let me tell you, it is a logistical nightmare. I don't know how people who work for a living every single day can even get their kid in and out of these places without having to take at least 2 personal days. I mean, I'm just being honest. It is a mess. And Savannah Maddox, and I've given her hell a lot, filed a bill that would finally put some of this back into the hands of the clerks.
Right. Regular licenses, yes.
That's right. And it's not going to get heard.
No.
And I would tell you now, if Jacqueline Coleman tomorrow said she was running to get rid of those regional offices, she'd win by she'd lay 30 on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, she would. She'd make me 70-30.
Show you
she might even lay 40 on them.
Savannah has lost her power within the House.
Well, and I think that this is what we're seeing again. But this is a good bill, and this is the problem with Frankfurt. Because she is on the naughty list, right? I would say she's on double secret probation, right?
Absolutely.
She might even be at triple secret probation. Her, Callaway, that little pod, Felicia, those folks are on TJ double secret probation. TJ now, that's right. So, but here's the thing.
It was a good bill.
It's a good bill.
But
it's a good bill, and it would help Kentuckians.
Most Kentuckians don't understand the reason that bill didn't get heard, and it's one name.
Yes. Yeah, it's because who was attached to it.
Well, no, not even that. Yeah. It's for the bill to be heard, it has to be called.
That's right.
So tell everybody who that person is, and that's who you blame.
Well, that's right. And see, and the reason why that is because they're on double secret probation for stuff that we may or may not know about, that has nothing to do with the welfare of Kentucky.
I know a lot of it.
Right, but
the average citizen doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. But it does nothing to move Kentucky forward in any kind of legitimate way.
No.
And that's why I would really love to see people like you and I who don't always agree on everything be able to sit down, have a conversation just like this, be a pleasant conversation, and just put down all the personality things and get to work for the people in this state.
I've got to ask you this. It hits a little close to home, and I don't know how honored you are by this, but I've heard a rumor, a vicious rumor, that you are a member of Massey's Nasties. Are you and Savannah that close?
You know, I'll tell you something that people would probably think was crazy, but to a certain degree, I kind of respect Savannah Maddox. She is what she is. That's exactly what you're seeing is exactly what you're getting.
I agree.
And you know, I'm sure it wasn't easy for her rolling up into the house. I'm sure it's still not easy for her rolling up in the house. She does it every day and puts her lipstick on. And you know, and I'll tell you, I have a respect for somebody who believes in what they believe in. And you know, I might not agree with her on anything. Except that great bill that she had out. But I will say that. But I will say this: I at least respect her for being in the fight, being in the game, and you know I can respect her as a person just because of that, right? Like I can respect her woman to woman because she's not a wallflower, no. And I can respect people who are not wallflowers that have some sense. And let me tell you something: I think that she's a very smart person. I don't think that she's dumb.
You think she's got a shot at attaining the governor's seat? You think she'll make it to a primary?
No, no, I don't. I don't see that happening. I don't think that she has. I think she has a lot of power concentrated up in your area. I think there's a lot of people down here who don't know jack about her, don't care to know jack about her, right? I think it would be harder for her. And, let's just face it. I still think that, and I don't think she would want to hear this, but we still got a lot of misogyny in, both parties. And so, I
And
think
not
that's another thing.
necessarily from the citizens. I think a lot of and I don't think
Yeah.
this, I know this because you and I have been a part of it. I think a lot
Yeah.
of the male figures in the Republican Party don't want her at the top.
No, they don't. And I mean, it could be her political values or her beliefs. I don't know. But ultimately, she stood right in there. And so I can respect anybody for standing right in there, facing their enemies every single day, and even in their own caucus, right? And so I can respect anybody. Doesn't mean I agree with her. Don't mean I want to hang out and drink a beer with
There's
her.
a lot of people
But
listening to you right now who are looking out the window to see if hell's frozen over.
I know, right? Well, I said I wouldn't want to drink. I don't think I'd drink a beer, but you know what? I might. I might just to hear. You see, the thing that I enjoy about this madness that we find ourselves in now is I enjoy being challenged a lot more than people would give me credit for. I enjoy
Oh, I agree.
the cat and mouse,
Yeah.
and so
Because at
and
the end
so
of the
for
day, something
me,
positive will come out of it.
that's exactly right. And even if it is, hey, I'm glad we finally talked and we know that we hate each other.
Right.
Like we've established that we'd never be able to work together. Hey, that's better than, anything else. So, Savannah, I don't see it happening for her. Unfortunately, I think that she's kind of made herself just look like one of those pick me girls that's just hanging out with these alpha males, that might play well to some people, but I don't think it plays well to the overall
No,
Kentucky
I would
vibe.
agree with that.